YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Growing Up Strategy and Tactics, Episode 3. So for our third and final video in this little mini-series, we are going to be covering and following Athy in her primary school phase, aka elementary school, and giving you some tips and tricks on how to guide her through that in the most optimal way possible, given whatever hand you're dealt with RNG. Because RNG becomes a little bit more of a problem in this phase, and I'll teach you how to navigate that as best we can. Now, why am I not doing a video for middle school and high school? Well, by that point, the game is opened up to the point where you can really go wherever you want. And I'm not here to tell you what path you need to take. I'm here to tell you how to give yourself a best foundation to take whatever path that you want. That's my logic going here. So we're not necessarily focused down a certain path. We just want to give her the best finish in elementary school so she can do whatever she wants later on. Now, a couple new things that they've added here. We've got parental expectations. This is going to be rather important. We've also got charm. This is going to be a little bit more of an obstacle than an asset, but I'll go over that more when we interact with it. At the moment, we don't have any new skills, and we can't afford any yet, but we do want to finish things off before we go home with the brain map to get enough points for one of these skills. So with that being said, we do have 30 action points, but we don't have any. We don't know our new school well enough to do anything in it. That will come in time. All right, so normally I would advocate going for memory here, but we are getting some light synthesis here and a lot of good empathy nodes. So if we can do that, that's not too shabby actually. Let's see where this takes us, because a little memory isn't going to hurt either. At this point, knowledge is still quite important. It's actually really quite important. It's not necessarily the be-all end-all king it used to be, but you still want to get there. So let's pop that empathy node. We still need to get to 300 even to start lowering this at all. So that's going to be a tricky proposition. We may want to go down memory unless we don't find any memory, because at the moment we haven't found any memory. We do want to pop the brain points. Knowledge. Let's slowly walk our way over here, trying to avoid dead ends or suboptimal clicks. Yeah, we might go just for a pure knowledge grab here. At this point, let's pop a charm to get a 3-fer. Okay, that gives us another 3-fer. Good. We can get a memory. We can get an intelligence. We'll take a physique so we can open up the empathy here. We can pop it. It's still, I mean, we can go for the spelling and whatnot. Some of these others go for the memory. We've popped all the knowledge that we can. No, we haven't. What am I talking about? All right, so we can still afford the spelling, which is fine. We can also afford comparing quantities. The only thing we can't really afford here is light synthesis, but that's okay. Now, again, resist the temptation to click one of these and buy them now. We want to go home, and we'll see why in just a moment. Come home to find your parent failing to build the model of a skyscraper. Stupid thing, the instructions don't work. Ugh. Well, let's help. You come over. Here, let's just stop adding glue. Just stop with the glue. I don't know why I keep trying to make these. I'm never any good at them. You know, kiddo, you should really focus on things you're actually good at. Don't waste time on. They try to adjust the model and it collapses. Things that don't work. Perform pet care basics 6 times. Okay, so normally the things that you want to watch out for is these parental expectations. You want to finish them ASAP. The problem is that some of these, they've added some new ones that can't be finished in one turn, which is really unfortunate. Because pet care basics, first off, we already know pet care basics, but we don't have enough room in our schedule to do something 6 times. We only have 5 slots, so we can't bang this out. Actually, we can bang this out. Well, no, we can't bang this out fully in one go, which is really unfortunate. But we can make a lion's share attempt at this. So let's go for 5 here. Unfortunately, this is going to be one where we can't get it done in one go. Now, why are we so focused on parental expectations? Why is it so important to have to meet those parental expectations? Well, the reason is pride. Pride, we start with 150 points, but there's a specific item that we want to pick up before the end of elementary school. And that is under Special Requests, the Daily Planner. For 650 pride points, we can get a permanent schedule slot. And that carries forward into later eras and whatnot. So it's really important to get. But we need to just quickly finish off those parental requests to not only get our parental approval up here, because it needs to be in this quadrant to get to even buy this, even if you have enough pride points, but you also need to complete the missions in order to get those. So that's where we are with this. So what we're going to do here, we'll spend our action points, waste not, want not, might as well watch some cartoons. It's really the only thing that's available to us. Pick up a little memory while we're at it. And we're going to go and, we're going to do those pet care basics. We're going to bang out 5 of them. Even though we only need 3 to master the skill, we want to complete, or at least get as close to completing this. And I'm not going to buy any of the skills here. We're going to let them sit on the tree here, and so we can lower the cost there, keep our knowledge points, because, we're keeping ourselves busy here. So that's my method to my madness here. Let's do it. And we'll get a good chunk of empathy while we're here, since we're going to be kind of overworking the empathy skill here. You do still get these bonuses from it. You just don't get the end reward here. All right, we have 8 terms to our exam. That's fine. Once again, we're not going to buy anything right away. We are going to, brain map for as much as we can. But we know one of the things that we need to finish is a pet care basics, and then we can go for something else. So we're just going for general stats here, things that'll be useful, erring on the side of memory, empathy, and intelligence. And that bubble right there gets us to a couple of those. Pop you. More knowledge points, certainly worth it. But we don't have to prioritize them quite as aggressively because we have a big bank of them built up now. So we can focus on lowering costs, which would be quite nice. We do kind of want to make our way over here, but it's going to be kind of tricky. Let's see what's over here. Ooh, that's useful. That's useful. That's useful. Do we want to pop the physique? That is quite expensive for how far it gets us. And physique's not really on the table unless they start asking for it. We'll pop that. I don't think we can make our way over here, so let's pop optimally. You know what? I'll go for a physique bubble here. It's useful just as an all-around, and there may be situations or parental quests that require us to have physique. And in this case, you want to have a baseline of physique before in order to get more physique if you ever get a quest for that. All right, let's just focus on 3 first, for useful 3 first, that is. Well, that was our only useful 3 for at the moment. That's fine. Aha! Rabbit hole. Now we can go to a new map, get a 40-point refund, and keep going. This is exactly what we want. All right, we can keep going down to this node. That's easy to reach. And we get another rabbit hole. That's fantastic. If you have a 3-fer that you can click before you leave, or one of the mega nodes that you really want, go for it. Otherwise, just go diving, presuming that you've spent down enough points, because now we get another whole new board. Action points. We definitely want to focus fire on these. These build up over time. They give us more total action points that we can spend, which means more activities and leisure activities and what have you. So we definitely want to tunnel towards that. We also want these two as well. This is a... Yeah, I hope they give us some extra boards here. Do we want... Yes, thank goodness they gave us the brain points. That's what we wanted. If we could get one more thing of brain points, we could pop the empathy mega node too. But this is, even if we don't get it, this is a 5-fer, or a 4-fer rather. So this gives us the most chances of getting one of those. Paid off! It paid off! We can pop the empathy. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, really happy with our brain board this time around. So one other thing. At this point, you're going to meet your childhood friend. It's different for every game. It's kind of randomly determined. I'm actually going to skip over this because mechanically speaking, it doesn't have a huge impact on your game. And I don't want to spoil the story. And this video is about the mechanics of this, not the story. So that way you can get these tips and not be spoiled on the story. So I'm going to, whenever the scenes for our childhood friend pop up, I'm just going to cut them. Okay, so we've got it still have our action points. When you pick up a mega node for action points, it gives you empty caps, so you don't get those right away, but next turn we'll get 35 in total. So we can watch more cartoons because we don't really have anything to do here. Waste not, want not, and what have you. Now at this point, we need to finish our one last pet care basics to complete our quest. And unfortunately, we're not going to get a new quest until we come back here again. That's what I was trying to. There are some quests that you can complete in one round, and when you get those quests, you want to complete them in one round because that forces the game to spawn a new parental quest for you afterwards. But again, this is where you have to contend with the RNG about what quest you actually get. So we are going to want to buy one of our skills here so that we can work on them. I am going to go with the spelling here, even though light synthesis is cheaper. That way we can get one more pet care basics, and then spelling will flesh out the others here. And that way we have a nice productive use of our day, and it lowers the cost of our other memory-based one. So let's do it. There we go. Nice big mastery rewards. We still have a nice pool of knowledge. Learning to read is now available. And our parental request has been fulfilled. 150 pride points plus 5. And that's what we want. And when we get home, that's when they're going to give us a new quest. And some of those quests may be gain 100 points in a specific trait. That's why you want to hold off on buying these until you get home. But at the moment, we don't know what that's going to be, so we'll just go for it. Brain map time. Ooh, these brain points ones, these are absolutely worth beelining for. Just as much as the lightning ones, because it gives you maximum brain points here. So absolutely we're going to beeline for that one. And the memory node to pick up. Actually, it might be more effective to approach it from this angle. Pick you up, and now we can go double-barreled intelligence here. Well, we could if we got a bigger unlock here. We do have a 3-fer with Charm, and while Charm itself is not on our interest list, we could pop that and hope to hit. Oh my God, we got a super brain points for 25. Beautiful. We'll pick that up. We'll pick that up. Now, I mean, we could pick up the Imagination super node, but again, Imagination not so big, but it does open up 4 more nodes. And at this point, we're fishing for the rabbit hole. Go for a 3-fer. There's the rabbit hole. I'm glad I went that way. Okay, no more 3-fers to get, so into the next map, and oh man, this is perfect. Grab that up front. I don't know if we can tunnel our way to these. I'd love to if we could, but this is too windy of a path. Is it? Might not be. We'll try. And it's not too windy if we get more brain points along the way. That was helpful. Oh, that's helpful, because we can pop that and then go down the rabbit hole again for 40 new fresh points. More of you. Beautiful. More of you. Man, these brain boards are being very helpful to me. Not enough brain points for that. That's okay. That's quite okay. We got a bunch of mega nodes for useful stuff. We are golden here. And our brain points are up. Our action point cap is up. Was there anything else? We did unlock a new location at the school here. So we're going to want to hit that before we go home. The hopscotch is going to be worth it to spend. If you have a 5, which we do here, we're going to want to hit up hopscotch. And that gives us some of that. We can do... No, we want to do more TV watching. You want to save this swing for later. There's 2 different quests where it's more useful to hold on to an activity and do it for the first time. So we're going to do that. We're going to go home and get our new parental quest. Fingers crossed. And hear your parents sighing from across the room. Kids these days, all you want to do is watch TV. Oh, no, not this one. What happened to spending time outside, playing with people in nature? Games of TV are very fun. TV's exciting. Anyway, you're spending too much time. So this is another bad quest. Don't use electronics for 3 turns. Because this just holds itself around for that. We're actually going to purposely fail this, just so that we can get a new quest. Unfortunately, we're not going to get more pride points, but we're going to watch TV, we're going to fail our quest. It's only -3, that's not the end of the world, but that way we get a new quest next time. Again, it's the RNG that you got to compete with here. Not optimal right now. It's not been very friendly to us. So, we're going to buy light synthesis. And we might as well buy we could buy geography. We could also buy comparing costs. That's not too bad because we got learning to read sort of slotted up here already. So we'll do comparing quantities. And what we'll do here is let's finish off comparing quantities, and then we'll do a unit of light synthesis. That way we're kind of primed for our next intelligence one. All right, not bad. Bad, and not bad. All right, good on the success failures there. Food chain basic operations. Fantastic. Okay, one more time in the brain board. Again, we're keeping our eye on our mental health. It's getting a little lower. That's understandable. We know that's what's going to happen. but we'll be all right. Let's spend down our thing. Hopscotch, definitely a high watermark item here. We could actually do triple hopscotch at this point, which is actually fine. Triple hopscotch is very good. All right. Now, back to the brain board. We're going to want to make sure that we can buy at least one thing. We've already got an unfinished thing to work on, but we need one other thing. But this is close enough. Geography is probably the no-brainer here, and we got more brain points over there. All right. So we'll take the empathy. We'll pop that node. Let's start refilling our knowledge pool and start walking our way over here, because these are all threefers. These are all threefers up here, and useful threefers while we're at it. Excellent. All right, that's a 3-fer. That's a 2-fer. We do want to start popping those bubbles here. We also want, knowledge bubbles, worth it. Imagination, not really worth it right now. Neither is charm right now. So we're just hunting for the rabbit hole. Go for an empathy 3-fer. I mean, if we pop this well, it's a little late now because we don't have that much. That's fine. We didn't find the rabbit hole this time. That's okay. You will not always find the rabbit hole. There are some boards where there literally is no rabbit hole to find. All right, parents, give me a real quest, please. Hey, kiddo, check this out. Your parent holding a glass of clear liquid with an egg inside. Yesterday, I put an egg inside this glass of vinegar. They take it out and hold it in their hand. What do you think it's going to happen when I drop it? It's going to bounce. Is this a trick question? Is it going to bounce somehow? Well, let's find out. They let go of the egg and it falls on the ground, but to your surprise, it doesn't break. Wow, surprise! The shell is dissolved in vinegar. All that's left is a soft membrane. Isn't science fascinating? If you study a lot, you'll learn a lot about more interesting wonders than this. All right, finally, a real quest. A real quest. A real quest that we can get done in one turn. Because now, wow, we have exactly enough for it too. That's fantastic. So this is why you don't buy your stuff in there, because if you get a stat quest and it's one of these 3 stats, you buy that to get the sign-on bonus, and then you practice that particular stat overwards, and then if you're still short, you get it on the brain board and you finish it off, and that's a whole quest completed in one turn, and that will get you a lot more pride a lot more quickly. So yeah, absolutely, we are going to focus fire on our new math skill. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll take another shot at that one. Again, same as with preschool, you want to focus on your skills during the scheduling phase because you can relax during the action point phase. And also you want to keep your parent satisfaction trending upwards. So while we were popping a lot of the other bubbles, a nice burst of intelligence is worth it here. Plus we have a nice healthy passive intelligence bonus along with empathy too. We've been popping a lot of nodes for there. So now we only got that. We got the points that we get from there. We get the mastery reward for it. So if we're short of 100, we're like a few points short of it, and you can easily harvest that on the brain board. All right, new skill available. And from buying the skill, mastering it, and practicing it, we instantly popped our parental satisfaction. We also got 2 new locations available to us. And our parental satisfaction is proud. At this point, had we not gotten some bogus quests earlier on, we could have bought that planner at this point, because we have met this thing. We just need one more, actually 2 more things here, because it requires 650, not just 600. So we're still a little behind on the pride here because we got those bogus quests. But again, that's where I was saying you're a little bit more beholden to the RNG here. But might as well keep it going. But yeah, you want to definitely relax during these phases here. We can bring up our thing, but bring up our charm here. But let's finish off hopscotch. Hopscotch is a nice, powerful one. It gives us empathy, which is useful to our core skills. It gives us relaxation and some mental health. And it's okay if our parental satisfaction dips a little bit, because it's still working out for us, and it's keeping our mental health afloat to contrast some of that. All right, let's hit the brain map. We don't have any expectations, so we can go wild and wherever we want. I see action points. I take action points. Instead of popping these, let's pop this one and see if we can walk our way there with more useful bubble pops. Insight. Ooh. So insights can give you a range of, it'll say unlocks all cells within a range of 2 to 4. Some of them will say 2, some of them will say 3, some of them will say 4. The 2s and the 3s, not really worth it. The 4s, well, especially if there's a lot of cells nearby, worth the cost. because that can reveal a whole bunch of other things like these brain point nodes, as well as rabbit holes potentially. Let's go. Ooh, super knowledge. 25 for 10. This is explicitly better than the regular knowledge because the ratio is better. Oh man, this is some good eats right here. We'll get that super node. Now let's go see if we can't find the rabbit hole. Go for as many 3-fers as we can. 3-fers? No. 2-fer. 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 Again, some boards do not have rabbit holes. We may reveal everything here. Oh well, that's okay. We got a bunch of brain points. We got a lot of extra goodies. Now, let's see if we can't get another good parental quest here. Parents are waiting for you when you get home. Kiddo, we need to talk. So we've been talking to each other and we're talking to you. Remember, there's an outside, there's clubs, sports, the extras. They can really enhance your life. This is about me going outside more? Yes, we need the best interest at heart. Kiddo, all right, I'll talk about it. Son can be all right. All right, I don't actually know what this quest is going to be. Perform non-entertainment outside activities 6 times. Excuse me? Game? Excuse me? I don't have access to these yet. I don't have access to these. Game! You used to be so much more consistent with quests. Luckily, after 2 days, they'll give you a new quest even if you haven't completed that one. And there's no way to, like, insta-fail this one. So let's just focus on our stats. As you can see, the non-entertainment outside activities. I don't have access to any non-entertainment outside activities. Game. Seriously, I don't. Like, it has the lawn mowing quest, but you don't get the lawn mowing job, or any jobs for that matter, until you've reached middle school age. Okay, so we're just going to focus on stats. Unfortunately, we're going to probably have to abandon this. I still would hold on to your points, because you still want to get the special requests for permanent upgrades, but that getting it super early may not be a thing that we can do. The other alternative to get yourself another schedule slot here is to raise your mental health up to this quadrant. While it is up here, you get an extra schedule slot, but it's not permanent. The moment it dips below, you lose that slot. So the planner is ultimately the better goal, but in light of these bogus parental requests, we're gonna maybe pivot here. Yeah, we can buy a new thing. We'll buy geography. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4 geography and then light synthesis. Just slowly nibble away. I love the fail animation on the geography. Okay, so we are back. We are focused. We are form wait, what did we do? Did our I guess the nature ones count. They didn't say that, but we worked on one thing. Okay, all right, so this might be salvageable. We just need to pick up food chains. We can do that. That's my new goal here. Let's finish off hopscotch here. Got it. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately those don't count because they're entertainment. We can go to the gym. We can also go to the library, pick up hide and seek for 10. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But no, I think I'm actually gonna pick up the swing. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, let's go for food chains. I'm going to aim for food chains. So we need knowledge, we need empathy. So far, so good. Pop that one for a big radius. That one for a big radius. We do want to pick up the action points thing. That's for certain. We just need to make sure we meet in the middle, and that's going to be easy enough. We meet in the middle. We're good. All right. We want this intelligence mega node. Go for a 3-fer. Go for the super knowledge. Always go for the super knowledge if you can. We'll go for a 4-fer here. That's excellent. That's excellent. Go for you. You're a 3-fer. No good. Not going to pop those mega nodes. We can continue going for more empathy, but I just want them to reveal more things here. That's a 3-fer, but that's the end of the line. Fair enough. All right, we're not going to get a new quest because we still have one pending, but we take food chains. Now let's see if my hypothesis is correct. So we finish off light synthesis, or actually, you know what? It's better if we just do food chains, like just straight up do food chains, because that'll give us the mastery bonus, and we can always swing by and finish off light synthesis. I like this animation as well, both the fail and the success. That didn't count. All right, game. I fail me on that one. I'll take the L. We're already getting really close on exam readiness. We're not going to get our parental quest, but F it. We'll go for it. We'll go for it this way. Again, that's why I was prefacing that the RNG can really screw you over. When I was testing this out earlier, like weeks ago, the quests were a lot more consistent on raise this specific stat. They may have added new parental quests in the mix in the later patches that expanded the pool, which unfortunately adds these quests that are not as easily able to blast out in one go. I used to be able to do this consistently. So again, with RNG, you can try for it. It's something to keep an eye on, but it's not 100%. Now, one thing I'm curious about here is the as far as the outdoor activities go, there's this playing catch, which is a gold border activity. This basically means it does not count towards your exam readiness, but it still counts as a skill. We can get this, and this also does not count as work. So I'm curious, does this count as outdoors? It does. It does. All right. We can do it 3 more times and finish this off. It's gonna hurt our mental health, honestly. But it'll get this is why I was saying you want to prime yourself with a little bit of physique so that you can buy these more easily. Yeah, our mental health is going to be real bad now. But we got up to 600 and we could potentially knock out one more thing. We're going to have to schedule some relaxation things here because at the moment it's going to be kind of bad. But we got a new quest, so we'll go for it. All right. This one's pretty good. The knowledge mega node will drop the cost of everything on the board by 10%, which is good as long as they're not at their minimal knowledge cost, which none of these are. Of course, you know me in the action point node, so that's going to be good. Want you, pop you. That's a 6 for maximum exposure there. 3 for knowledge, mega knowledge. Still hunting for a thing, but we have our options open as far as buying new skills. Not that we're going to be too aggressive about that because our mental health is really bad because we had to play catch because our parents expected us to. Darn parents. Play nice with everyone. Sometimes it's hard to be nice. I understand your frustration, but trust me, getting popular that way won't last long, and being nice doesn't mean you have to be lame. Raise your charm. All right, this is a harder one, but it's doable. It's doable. We can make this work. I wish I had taken that hide and seek one here. All right, so this is charm, the listening to music here. We don't have enough entertainment points for it yet. But we can get a bunch. We can get the hide and seek bonus plus the listening to music bonus. We could potentially knock that out and get our final quest completed by the time we get here. And then we'll be in good shape to pick up our daily planner. So yeah, we're in pretty good stages here. Yeah, there's nothing that costs 5 action points. We're just gonna have to sacrifice those. For our schedule, yeah, we really need to get in there with more relaxation here. We could do more swinging. Not the best use of our schedule, honestly, because the swing's only 10 action points. The hopscotch is actually better because it's a higher tier when we get more happiness out of it. Let's do this. Let's finish off light synthesis. And then we do, let's see, that's going to sap us for 2, which is going to bring us under. So actually, let's do hopscotch, 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 light synthesis. Just to recover ourselves a little bit here. And then we'll go aggressively for charm points in our next phase here. We just need to be careful with our parental satisfaction here. Although we're going to get +5 when we complete the charm one. Yeah, I think this is best. Otherwise, you lose a schedule slot if you let your mental health slip down there. So best not to. There we go. Mastery rewards get. All right. So we need to unlock. We got to go here and unlock the hide and seek, which will give us a starter bonus on this. We need to make sure we save 15 points for our listening to music in the park, because that's going to give us another sign-on bonus. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a thing of jump rope here just to open this one up, and because we need 15 points. And then the rest of our things we're going to spend down here until we're down to 15 action points, just so we can get the little bits and pieces of it here. Yes, I know our satisfaction is down. That's okay. We're going to get +5 if we get enough of this, and so if we bring it down 2 more, it'll still be over 70 when we get the quest here. We should be good. Then again, because we're going to go -3. Yeah, we're going to go -3 when we pick up that, so we can't do that. We need to do a 10 for here. I think a playing catch is worth it here, even though it's not really worth it. Actually, we could buy stretching and just start working on that one. Although that's probably a 15er, so let's just do a play catch, just to make sure we keep our parental knowledge and going on there. Now, we have to go really hard on charm with knowledge, because we're not going to be able to get it just with our last little bit there. So we're looking for charm. I mean, we still want other things, but we want charm. We need charm. There's a charm mega node. Absolutely good. And yeah, we'll pop those brain points, and we'll take all the other brain points that we can get along the way. But we're going to want to cycle into new nodes before we pop too much out. There's a 25er. Okay. Wow. They're just showering us with brain points. We need charm. I want to use and pop all of these before we do anything with them. Get the super knowledge. Get you. All right, and then we got to spend down so that we don't waste the 40. Charm. Charm. Good. We want the charm. So we need to go down to 70 here. More charm. Always pick the charm. Down to 70. Next map. Charm. Charm. Won't begrudge any of those. Charm mega node. Let's make our way down. Charm. Charm. All right. Expectation fulfilled. We don't need to go chase that. We got what we needed. And those 15 action points can be spent elsewhere. They don't have to necessarily be spent there. We got our parental expectations nice and high. We can make our purchase. Our mental health is high enough to actually utilize it properly. And yes, those do stack. If you can get your mental health up and with the planner, that's good. And normally, if you get the planner early enough, you can pivot and go heavy mental health. And that way, even if your parental expectations go down here, they won't take the planner away from you, and you can get the best of both worlds. All right, so go here, check our skills. We got plenty of goodies here, plenty of things here. Let's go for 3 furs. Not worth it out of 2. Absolutely not worth it out of 2. Let's see, more 3 furs. That's a 3 fur. That's a rabbit hole. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful mega nodes to click on. I love it. Brain points. 3 furs. Oh man, it must be my birthday. For all the bad luck we've been getting with parental requests, we've been getting good brain board luck, so it kind of balances out. Super knowledge is good. I'm not going to go chasing that imagination mega node. Regular knowledge is fine. Yeah, there's no one thing I'm chasing. I think, yeah, evolution's already met its minimal knowledge cost, so we really can't go picking up more empathy at the moment is not going to be useful to us. All right, we're good. Let's go home. And we got another bogus quest, but it doesn't matter. We got our pride here. So yeah, it doesn't really matter what we do. In fact, we can blanket Forza this here. We don't need the charm now. And now we buy the daily planner. Thank frickin' goodness. These two are useful, action points cap and brain points cap, but that's like clicking a single mega node, and that's 300 points. Might not necessarily be worth it. Also, one other thing to note, in your quest for getting this, you can, in good faith, buy one of the 100 pride things, even early on, if you needed it to. Like, if you got an early charm quest, you could buy the portable music player to get access to that early. That's a okay purchase because it won't put you behind because you always have 100 pride points left over because, you know, the 650 cost. So keep that in mind. All right, now then, let's buy our new stuff. We want evolution because it's already at its minimal knowledge cost. No reason to sit on that longer. We don't need to buy stretching. We can buy sociology. Also, we're going to want to start buying stuff up here, too. So we'll want to buy actually all of these so that we get the new ones to spawn. Not learning to read, even though we can afford it. And also, we're not going to go crazy with stretching unless we get a quest for it, because these gold border skills do not contribute to our things. And honestly, I don't know if we're going to be necessarily going for this, but we'll see. All right, schedule time. We finished off the plant one, yeah? Yeah, okay, good. We can do evolution, yeah, six beautiful things here. Let's see here. We want to work, generally speaking, you want to work on the thing that you are worst at. So we'll do 4 on the sociology, and then we'll hit up 2 multiplication tables. Finish that off so it makes the other skills more effective. And then we'll take a shot at this, then we can finish that off in a future one. 3 new skills. Excellent. All right, we've got 65 action points to spend, and we got to use them all for entertainment to get our mental health back up. No ifs, ands, or buts. And we definitely want to use them at school. I mean, we could go heavy blanket for it, but that's... yeah, we could spend them at home if needed. But these are only 10. We can actually start working on this one. We just want to hit up a 15 at home. But yeah, we can finish this one. Get the bonus points for it. And then we'll do a 15er, probably the blanket for it at home. All right, let's hit the brain map. We don't have any specific parental quest for that, so we're just going for pure academia at this point to finish off super strong. And this is the other reason why I'm glad we bought up our stuff, is when we get knowledge things, if everything was sitting on there at their minimal knowledge cost, then you won't get more stuff until you pop the knowledge for those. So you want to keep cycling those and get more expensive on the board so that you can hit them with that minus 10% cost when you see the mega nodes there. Let's see here. That's good, that's good. And we'll take a physique. Now let's see if we can't work our way over here. Well, usefully work our way over here. That's useful. 3, but it's kind of buried back here, so not really worth the pop IMO. Too few things would be unlocked. Not worth it. Not enough brain points. Okay, that's fine. We got what we needed out of here. All right, let's finish this off. We'll keep on the blanket forts here. All right. So again, in the absence of that, we're just trying to polish off as many skills as we can get away with here. So we need we already have evolution pre-bought here. Multiplication tables. Let's finish off multiplication tables. And then we'll start on evolution. Yeah, that is the correct answer. And then we can lower the cost for everything and then quick buy everything. Although, no, because we want stuff to spawn. Let's learn to read. That lowers the cost of psychology. We buy the lower one. Buy psychology. That'll cause that to spawn. We buy that. Can't buy that, but that's okay. We'll lower the cost. We still want to do 3 things of evolution and 3 things of multiplication table, so we can finish that off and get a nice burst of knowledge. Ooh, we are right on the cusp there of our mental health. All right, but we unlocked a bunch of new skills, and that's the important part. So this is going to be our last brain map. We're not going to be able to practice our skills at this point. So what we want to do is we want to hit the brain map and unlock as many of these as possible. Probably going to get anthropology. Probably can also afford bacteria with a little help. Maybe fractions and decimals. Maybe. In fact, we could... yeah, we don't have any intelligence-based ones available to us at the moment. That actually is a purchasable pride thing, is to board games will let you practice those. But for now... since we unlocked it already, yeah, we'll hit up some jump rope here. We also just save it for... so we want to focus our efforts on doing relaxation, because, I mean, she's about to break. You are at ease is not really an accurate description. But we also want to do things that raise these. Now, one of the things we could do is more hopscotch. We will give up on a possible reward, though. So that gives me pause. But the other alternative's not as viable. So, I mean, we could do jump rope, but that gives physique. Physique not really useful in this particular case. So I think we're going to go hopscotch here, even though we've already maxed it out. Because we need the mental health. We need the empathy points. And then we can always flip over to something else. With do a 10 for somewhere else, because we waste not, want not, and all that, and we don't need those. We could always polish off we could do a 10 for here. Do a little hide and seek. That's good. That gives us our stuff here. And now our final trip to the brain map before we hit our exam. So we're gonna want to buy these before we go into the exam, because that's gonna determine the amount of moves that we get. So we want stats and knowledge primarily. Of course, brain points are never to have one's nose turned up at. That's beautiful. Oh, and all this knowledge. Excellent. Excellent. Because we want to be able to buy bacteria. We want to buy anthropology. And if possible, fractions and decimals. So popping intelligence bubbles, also useful in this case. Oh, and there's a rabbit hole. Love it. Now, do we want to... Let's Let's pop these 2 3-fers just for the knowledge bubbles, but now we can go down the rabbit hole. I missed if we missed out on some of that. Okay. Memory, knowledge, ooh, super knowledge, brain points, good. Intelligence. Yeah, we need a lot more knowledge here, but we're getting plenty of brain points to keep us rolling here. And there's another, there's our next rabbit hole. Let's take that 3-fer. I'd pop the knowledges here, but I want to hold out for something even better. Yeah, let's take that. Yeah, see, look, mega node, mega node, mega node. That's what we're talking about. Super knowledge, intelligence, brain points. That's better. Take some of that for a 3-fer, that for a 3-fer. We could even get down to grammar basics, but that's going to be a bit of an ask. If we do go heavy on the knowledge points, we could make something happen, potentially. Ooh. More chaining, more chaining. Nope. Okay, that's fine. So now we go home. All right, now before we hit our exam, we want to buy our skills. So we're going to buy anthropology. We are going to buy bacteria. And we have to choose which way we're going to go. This doesn't really matter in the elementary school. I'll go invertebrates. It does, invertebrates, by the way, does open up a new location that the human body does not. So I usually go invertebrates. And then we could do more of this, another fractions and decimals. It would give us more knowledge points at the end here. So let's go for it. There's no way we were buying both of those anyway. All right, exam time. 46 moves. Not too shabby. And same as before, we want to clear as big a block of things as possible. The other thing is if we get 6 or more, we get a special node here, which helps us clear even more. Already we're seeing this nice big block here, and see what it'll do is it'll spawn a node that either clears the entire column or the entire row. Useful either way, but it's also useful, it'll appear where you click it. And fall down. So you want to be mindful of that and try not to get them on the same levels, if at all possible, because you don't want them to make themselves redundant. Or here, like for example, it's okay to be on this level because if it points sideways, it'll trigger both of them. And if it points up and down, that's 2 different columns. So in this case, this one's fine. See, now this one will trigger the 2 columns in succession with 1 click, which actually makes it really useful. And we can even buy food chain already. Get that off the board. All right. Before we do this chain reaction, though, we want to see if there's a way to make things a little bit better. Do another 6-fer, because we do want to harvest these up if at all possible. And we also want to make sure we don't break up big natural groups anyway. And these 2 are going to harvest a bunch anyway, so yeah. Let's go boom, 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 boom. Chain reaction those, get a bunch of resources. It becomes harder with each one because it introduces a new element. Last one, the preschool one, we only had 3 elements. Now we have 4 elements. So it's harder to get the bigger groups. So you may need to sacrifice and subsist on some other ones. Also keep in mind what might fall into place with the click of a lower stack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, we got our intelligences grouped up into a large enough to spawn the special one. As far as which one, well, this one's kind of messy. We'll go here. All right, it's left and right. That's fine. I was hoping that one would be up and down because it's kind of a diverse thing, so you want to clear those out because you're not going to get a lot of matches from them naturally, but that's fair enough. If we click these 2 bubbles, we'll get a nice big click for our memory here. And we can put it up here because if it points up, down, it'll chain reaction. And if it points left, right, that's not going to make them redundant. Perfect. Now we have another chain reaction. And we also can start buying some stuff. We can do that. We can do stories. All right, any other... Oh yeah, we have a natural big one here with green. That's perfect. As far as where we're going to implement it, it doesn't really matter. So what's the gnarliest row that has the least amount of... Yeah, this one's a pretty gnarly row. So we want a potential up, down, or left, right here. That's fine. Ooh, well, that's not gnarly anymore. All right, let's chain reaction here. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Because now we have a nice big yellow here. And now here's where you want to be careful. So if we were to click on any of these 3, it could form another one of these, but it could also be another left-right, and that would make them redundant. It might be an up-down, and you might get a chain reaction out of it, but there's no guarantees. So in this case, we want to make sure we click it on somewhere where it's not going to be redundant. Now we could click it on top of here, because if it's left, right, up here, that's not redundant. And if it's up, down, then you get a chain reaction, and it works out nicely. So clicking up here, probably our best bet. There, not redundant with each other. And actually, if we got an up, down somewhere else, they could trigger both of them in a massive get. All right, any other freebies that we got handed here? Generally, your order of operations is if you see any 6 or mores, click the 6 or more. If you don't, and you have one of these special tiles, click the special tile to try and mix things up a little bit to create more 6s. And then failing that, try to click smaller things to engineer 6s. Like down here, though, this one might be good because this would engineer a 6 for here, and a 4 for is not too bad anyway. And as far as the gnarliest of the least, likewise, we'll do that. That's fine. That's a natural 6 for right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, we click it up here. We remove the chance of it being redundant. And we have a chain reaction. Beautiful. And we have another one here. And if we click this one, again, won't be redundant if it's left, right. And if it's up, down, we get a big chain reaction. Yep, that's fine. I would have liked it to be the left, right. Now here's where we have a tricky part. We can spawn another one of these, but one way or the other, it's going to potentially be a redundant one. Our best bet here is just to have it an up-down one, but I'll do it. All right, we got it. We got the up-down. That's fantastic. And now we have another one of these. If we click it here, it's going to be redundant, or could be redundant, 50-50 chance. If we click it down here, it won't be redundant because these aren't going to drop. And that's fantastic. Because if they do drop, well, actually no, they are going to be redundant if they do. All right, I think at this point the smart move. Do we have any other freebie 6s? Actually, before we do any of that, let's spend down some of our stuff. What do we have a glut of? We have a glut of yellow, so we want to spend down, focused on yellow. Now we have a glut of red and green. Okay, now let's chain reaction. We'll chain down here, I think is the smart move. Boom, boom. And actually, if we clear this out, that's going to drop down 2. This could still be potentially redundant, though. This one will work, though. This will work out perfectly. Yeah, it's not redundant. So now we could click this one and do a badoom. Still got 27 moves, so we're still in fine shape here. So don't worry about that D grade. We're working our way through just fine. We have even things, so we go for ones that are even. Leaf types of aggression. Beautiful. All right, any other freebies that we got handed here with the board shuffle? Does not look like it. So we're going to want to start popping some of these. We'll go for you. Get food chain. Now if we go up and down here, the left-right ones are a little bit more tactical because you can see where things are going to go. When you do an up-down, you don't know what new tiles are going to spawn and backfill all the ones that you just did. So it's slightly better, the left-right ones, but you don't have control over that. As far as I can tell, anyway. Now there's a 3 for here that if we click, we'll clear these 3, drop these down, but still no good, so we pop the special one. We click these here, we can drop them down a little bit. Not quite. We can still shuffle them down 1 here. Get a 3 for there. Let's clear the bottom row. Yeah, okay. So even though this isn't a 6 for, this will enable some of our others here. That's much better. That's much better. Okay. We click on you. That gives us a bunch of intelligence as well. Oxygen production. You definitely want to stick to the bigger point gains here too, when possible. Still at 21. Team sports is fine. 1, 2, 3. If you're 1 away from a 6 for, then that's good. This will compress down to here, but it still won't marry up to here, so that's no good. Yeah, let's pop that one. See what we get. Let's get them condensed a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite. I don't want to pop a 1 for, but we might need to. Because what are we short on? We're short on body. Sociology of sport. Yeah, this is just an obnoxious 1 for. Now it becomes good, but we did have to do a singleton click, which does feel bad, man. as they say. What's the most problematic column here? That one? That's beautiful, because we can just blow this out. All right, we're getting a lot of greens over here and a lot of reds, but not in a clean manner. If we do a 1 for here, we can get a special tile and drop these down. So 2 for 1 special in that sense. And again, it's not going to end on this tile, so it doesn't really matter. Go up here. That's fine. Ooh, and a freebie over here. Yeah, we don't want to click on any of this row because that could render it redundant with this one. So we click over here. There we go. All right, let's spend down some points. We don't have a ton of that, so we'll get that. 12 and 7. And then map scaling to clear off the other sides of that. Excellent. All right, we clear you out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is good because it can trigger or not. That's fine. As long as you don't waste their effects with a redundant one, that's fine. That's a problematic. Oh, that was so close to filling in properly. That's what I was talking about, where you can't really plan for it. If we... Let's do you. Horse muscles. So we're already at an A. We have 5 moves left. And now it's just gravy. Every time you hit this, you get more knowledge points into the next phase. Yeah, let's pop you. You can pop you. Oh no, that broke that one up. Space calculation. We pop a singleton here that would merge those, but that's popping a singleton when we have 3 moves left. We don't have any unbalanced measures here, so we're going to want to just keep an eye on that. We have a big one that wants a lot of body. So if we can do a big one with that, that's a little bit better. We also get a big empathy one here. Boom. And now, if we pop this, we get 3 empathy, we get 2 knowledge, which unfortunately is not enough. We need 4 more knowledge to pop this and 1 more intelligence. So this isn't actually going to be it. We could get a whole crap ton of intelligence, which still isn't going to pop our... We do have a 2 for here, but that's still not going to give us what we want. Yeah, psychological portrait, we have enough for everything except for the knowledge, and knowledge is just not on the table for us right now. I think the best thing we can get is photosynthesis. That's our best bet, is just pick up enough knowledge bubbles for photosynthesis, which is at least 6. There you go. Photosynthesis. And yeah, we left 9 on the table, but that's okay. No moves left, and we cracked the 300 mark. So we're good. 180, 303 points, and us and our parents are a lot happier. So that, my friends, is the elementary school age. And now at this point, you can go wild. You can go wherever the heck you want. You've got stats aplenty. You've got areas aplenty. And yeah, who cares about that? So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, it's been Pinstar signing out. See ya!